Hi, in this video, we'll learn how to create your first Amazon DSP campaign. If you are familiar with sponsored products or sponsored brands, Amazon DSP might look intimidating at first. More screens, more options, more settings. But the good news is, the logic is still the same. Who to target, what to show, and how much to spend. In this video, I'll walk you through how to create your very first Amazon DSP campaign step by step. No jargons, no deep tech. Before we jump into the interface, one important mindset change. In sponsored ads, you start with keywords. In Amazon DSP, you start with audiences. So don't look for keywords here, look for people. Everything else will make sense once you remember this. For beginners, remember this hierarchy: advertiser, order, line item, creative. Think of it like account, campaign, ad group, ad. Let's jump to the DSP console. Once you are on DSP console, you will see the advertiser, and on the left side of the menus, you will see the other options. Let's start with the order and click on create order to create your first DSP campaign. So in create order, you give the name of the campaign. In this case, we give it test and we choose from the media type. Display is the standard creative. Online video is similar to sponsored brand video. Streaming TV is for OTT. Audio is for podcast or other audio platforms. In this case, we choose display. Next is to define a goal. In this case, we choose awareness. We have other alternative options available as consideration, which is middle funnel, conversion, which is bottom funnel, and awareness is top of funnel. Any goal that you choose will then require you to define KPIs. So in this case, we have two options to choose from: reach or frequency. Reach is the most people we want to reach. Frequency is the number of times we want to ensure our ad is served to the audience. In this case, we select reach. Optimization strategy is something that we skip and not make any changes. Commitments is something that we don't make changes to. Then comes budgets. So budgets are important. We define the budget. In this case, we might give 1 lakh of a budget where start and end date can be changed. We don't make any other settings here. We have options to roll over the budget, but we will stick with no change. Next is budget cap. We will not make any change to that. Agency fees also is something that we'll leave it as it is. Then very important option is to choose the product that we want to run the DSP campaign for. You have the option of entering multiple ASINs. Set as featured is something where you want to run that DSP for that particular ASIN. You can have more than one as set as featured, or you might choose no while adding an ASIN. So there are three options. Based on that, you can choose and the marketplace and click add. Off Amazon conversion is helpful for a brand which is not selling on Amazon. In our case, we'll leave it as it is. We have frequency, but frequency is something we'd like to take control over with the line item. We click on save and save the order. Once the order has been created, we will see line item, which is an ad group in DSP campaign. We'll click on create line item. You might give the name to the line item, and display as a media was selected at an order level. We have next device and mobile environment. You might change them based on your requirement. For now, we are keeping them as it is. It is very important to choose the products and services in form of a category. Since we could run DSP for any category, but assuming if you are from a skincare brand, you may choose skincare as a category, falls under beauty and fashion, and click on done. Inventory, we have all publishers and manually select publishers. There are three publishers mainly. One, Amazon owned and operated network. Another is Amazon Publisher Direct. And then third is third-party exchanges. For beginners, I would suggest to keep all publishers. and start from there. However, if you want to explore other publishers, you might select them and click on change. And from here, you may replace any publisher like third-party exchange, Amazon Publisher Direct, or within Amazon O&O, just the Twitch. It's up to you which publisher you want to keep and save. Deals and inventory groups is not something that we change. Then moving to the targeting. In targeting, we have audiences, which is very important. We want to ensure we select the right audiences. In our case, since it's a skincare product, assuming a face wash, we might search for face wash as an audience and see an option something like this, which is in market face wash. In market is an audience which has recently searched on Amazon for a face wash product. So you might click on add to include. You might add more than one audience, and you also have an option to exclude or negate audience. For that, you click on exclude, and you want to choose the audience that you want to exclude. A typical example will be all the purchasers of brand from last 365 days. So you might want to negate existing purchasers in order to reach new in an awareness stage. So with this include and exclude setup, we save changes, country, and other things are here which we don't change. Only thing which is missing here is viewability rate. We can add that from view targeting and scrolling down and selecting viewability rate. With that, what we can do is we can change viewability to 70% or greater for maximum reach. Viewability simply defines when an ad is served on a website, whether the customer has to scroll down or with very less scroll, the ad will be visible. 70% or greater will ensure our ad is not there somewhere at the bottom of a page. Instead, it is at the top or maximum 1 or 2 scrolls away. With that, our targeting is done. Moving on to delivery. Dates have been already set at an order level. Budgets have been set at an order level. We don't want to change the pacing here. Pacing is even. Fees is something that we want to change. Frequency is an option that we do get at a budget order level. However, we have not made any changes to frequency. We'd like to make those changes here. So you may choose, for example, if I want to show my ad only 5 times, not more than that. So I might do that 5 times in one day as a setting in a frequency. That will ensure that I have the 6th impression being not served to the same person. Finally, we have biddings. We have a base bid based on your experience, or you might start with something as low as 25 and let Amazon maximize on an automatic basis. And then you book your line item. Once you have booked your line item, it will ask you to add a creative. You can click on create creative. And here you have a bunch of options. First, display, where you have standard display and third-party served display. You have video, audio, and component based. So in this case, we'll go with display, standard display, and we'll click on continue. We'll give the name of the creative. The destination URL is typically a Amazon product page. So product page URL you might want to select, or a brand store. In this case, I suggest you select the product page URL. Then you have single image option, which you can choose, which means you will be uploading single images. And then you have images, upload images options, or you can choose from assets. So if you click on upload images, it will ask you to upload from your local computer. And if you want to learn more, there are options here which talk about creative settings and guidelines. And you might also see the sizes here. So you may refer to this wherever it is showing the size that got maximum impression. So 320 by 50, 300 by 250. There are some sizes here that you can refer to and get those images created. Before launching, double check budget, check audience selection, ensure creatives are approved after launch. Don't expect instant sales. In DSP, early signals to watch are impression, click-through rate, detailed page views. Think of DSP as assisting conversions, not always closing them directly. Your first DSP campaign doesn't need to be perfect. Start simple: one order, one line item, one audience, one creative. Once you are comfortable with the interface, you can scale into full funnel strategies, videos, advanced audience layering. In the next video, we'll cover the most useful AMC audiences. Thank you.